Hello YouTube. I'm going to give you a quick 60-second update on my shoulder, so if you don't want to watch the rest of this, you don't have to, because I just basically ramble on the whole time. So, 60-second update. Today is January 6th. It's a Tuesday. It's 6 months, 11 days, 194 days, 27 and a half weeks post-op. Where am I now? No restrictions, none whatsoever. I still have a little bit of tightness as far as when I get to the top. I can't go all the way back with this arm yet. Same thing in the external rotation motion. Can't really do all of that yet, but everything's great. I have no weight restrictions, no limitations. I can go do all the push-ups and presses that I want. I got cleared on the 22nd of December. So 6 months, I feel fantastic. I have next to no physical limitations, even though I have no restrictions from the doctor. Just a little bit of mental things that I'm trying to get over as far as weight above my head and whatnot. But in any case, that's a quick little, hopefully less than 60-second update, so you don't have to watch the rest of this if you don't want to. Thank you very much for watching. I will talk to you guys at the 1 year mark. It'll be my last video in the series. See you later. And for those of you who are going to stick around, get ready because I do a lot of talking, mainly about different things, how I feel, what my thoughts are. I have a friend of mine who's going through something similar. So stick around, it'll be decent. Since making this video series, I've actually had more views and more comments than I ever would have imagined. So I apologize for not making more videos and taking you further in depth into my recovery and my rehabilitation. But in any case, here's a 6 month, 11 day video for you. At the beginning of the video series, I talked about really the pain, and well, actually even before that I did how I felt leading up to the day of. So hopefully you guys got to see those, and if I could have known then that I would feel the way that I do now, I never would have been nervous. I never would have been hesitant or anxious or any ill feeling whatsoever. I feel absolutely fantastic. My limitations are slim to none. I'll get to that in a minute. But really and truly, if you are considering it, or maybe you're early in the stages or just a couple weeks in, it gets so much better, so much faster than you could ever imagine. That being said, I had a little more work done than most people do, and on the other side of things, I didn't have a procedure that some people do have to do if you have a Hill-Sachs. So let's get right into what my range of motion is. I stopped going to the physical therapist around week 16. All I was doing there was lifting 3-pound weights and just moving my arm. And I said, why pay for that when I can do it at home for free with my little 3-pound weights that I have here in the back? Luckily, my wife is a certified personal trainer, so she put together a plan for me at the week 16 that included strength training exercises, because that's the biggest thing you need to get back after not moving an arm or a limb or whatever for a certain amount of time, whether it be surgery or broken bone or whatever it might be. You need to build that strength back up. So she was able to put together a workout plan for me that I've been mostly following. I've not been the most dedicated in going to the gym. For instance, when I'm done with this video here, I'm going to be going to the gym this afternoon. Well, let's just get right into it then. If you remember, at week 12, I believe it was, I had 135 degrees range of motion up to the top. And I also talked a little bit about whenever I moved the injured shoulder to a certain point, the trap engaged and my shoulder would kind of shrug. Well, I'll show you here now that that is basically no longer. It still is, I can still feel something when I lift. It's just tight, but that'll loosen up over time. But I mean, you can tell right away that it's miles from where it was. And even from here, I can go all the way up, albeit not exactly all the way back. That is my biggest limitation. If I can show you that here. I can go all the way up and back with this arm, and going all the way up and not quite back with the operated shoulder. That gives you probably the best look as far as what goes on there. Up and to the side, kind of like yay, touchdown. Again, I can go back like this, and I can't really go back with this arm. That's as far as I can move it. Also, the external rotation, well, actually you probably just saw it there, but I can go out to here with this one, and that's all I've got over here. When I went for my 6 month checkup on the 22nd of December, about 2.5 weeks ago, the surgeon told me The reason I don't have this outward motion is because he tightened up the front side. The inward motion, or what a lot of people have trouble with, which I actually don't have any trouble. That's as high as I can go with this one, and that's as high as I can go with that one. I actually might even get a little bit higher with my left than I can with my right. This motion here is from the back side. So whatever work he does to the back will affect this motion, and whatever work they do to the front will affect the external rotation. So if I try to hold up at the sides, it's even difficult to do this, and I'll show you a side angle here. I can go all the way back like this with this arm, and that's as far as I can go with this one, which is almost 90 degrees, and I'm actually kind of happy about that. But as far as range of motion goes, really and truly, I don't have any real limitations or restrictions, even back like this, basically the same. So let's review what I had done. I had 3 anchors in the anterior or front of the shoulder for the Bankart lesion there. I had 2 anchors in the posterior Bankart lesion, or the back, and I had 2 anchors in the top for the slap tear, or superior labrum anterior posterior. So how did I do over the course of my rehabilitation so far into the 6-month time frame? If you remember in the beginning, I set myself some goals, and they were all based upon another video series that I had seen, and I'll link that to that in the description. I believe I hit all of those goals. I don't think I fell short on any of them really. Now I did set them kind of further out. If I remember, I said it would be 100% in a calendar year, so 365 days. We're at 194, I believe is what I said earlier now. And really and truly, my goodness, I don't feel limited. I don't feel like I have restrictions. There are some weight things where it's still, I believe, just mental from as far as, weight above my head. But when it comes to lifting actual weights, of course, there's going to be limitations there. I'm only so strong, even with the good arm or non-operated arm. Where do I go from here? Between 6 months and a year, what do I expect? Well, because I'm basically back to normal here at 6 months, albeit a few tiny little things, I don't know really what to expect. I guess when I get to the 1 year mark, maybe very little to no tightness, because there is still some tightness. And when I talked to him about that on the 22nd of December, he said just that. He said, that'll take time to loosen up, but you'll be fine, you'll be back to normal. I guess I don't know. I mean, what can I do in a year that I can't do now? I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Can I go out and hit the ball around with a few guys and maybe play catch or whatever? Yeah, and I feel comfortable doing that. But when it comes to playing any kind of actual keeping score, competitive, organized sport, I'm good. I'm done with that stuff. I have a friend locally who I play sports with, and he was actually there the day that I dislocated my shoulder on March the 9th. However, he was on a different field, so he didn't see exactly what happened. He just heard about it afterwards. Since that time, since that day in March, he has now dislocated his shoulder 3 times. Since that most recent time, he's actually been like, okay, I really think I need to go through the process. Can you help me through it? And I've been more than happy to help him through whatever he needs. That being said, he never watches my videos. He never watches any videos that I put up, so he'll never see this video series. I would be curious to see if he does elect to have the surgery done, which he's leaning toward, and we've actually had conversations about, to see what his process is. And I'm going to give you a 60-second summary of everything the whole last 6 months. Day after, terrible because the nerve block wore off. The week after was okay, still a little bit of pain. I stopped taking the pain meds. It was probably my own fault. First month, interesting, restless. Second month, starting to get into physical therapy, painful, very painful. But albeit you are actually making much better progress because you're actually moving the arm at that point. Between 3 and 4 months, progress was steady. I wouldn't say it was very fast, but it was a steady progress. Between 4 and 6 months, leaps and bounds. You start to get that muscle back, you start to build the strength in the arm, and you can do basically whatever you want to do with it. My plan is to make one more video after this one. It's going to be at the 12-month mark, maybe even on the 27th. It'll be the last video in the series. All right, folks, that's basically it. I know I talked your ear off. If you stuck around with me for this long, you're clearly, a couple days post-surgery and you're not back to work yet. You got nothing better to do. So good luck to you guys out there who are going through it. I hope that the video series has been inspirational, or at least opened your eyes to what to expect over the coming months. So until I talk to you guys again at the 1 year mark, thank you again for watching and commenting and subscribing. I'll talk to you again hopefully at the end of June. See you later. Hello YouTube and all. Stupid. Hello everyone. Today is Tuesday, January 6th. I should probably find out exactly how many days it's been since my last thing. Today's the 6th day of the year. 6/27. "27 weeks, 5 days, 194 days, or 27 weeks, 5 days. 27 and a half weeks, 194 days. And for those of you sticking around, get ready for some rambling, because I just talk. Albeit, stop saying albeit. Since I have had my surgery, since I've started this video, so let's review what I had. I had anterior Bankart repair, or the front side of the shoulder. I had 3 anchors in there. I had posterior Bankart repair, so on the back side of the shoulder, I had 2 anchors in there, and then I had the slap tear across the top, and I had 3 anchors there, so that's right where the biceps tendon enters the shoulder joint. Well, I lied, that's not 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it was 3, 2, and 2. Let me redo that. So where do I go from here? Stop saying so stupid. Burp. So here I am at the 6-month mark. I'll make another video at the 1 year mark. Until then, Happy New Year, happy holidays to anybody who just had holidays, like us here in the US. That was stupid. Until then, Happy New Year. I'll talk to you guys in the middle of the summer, so happy Easter if you celebrate Easter, and happy every other holiday until then. Signing off. Take care. Don't salute, you idiot. So until we talk again, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for commenting on everything. I'm trying to get back to everyone. Stop it. Just fucking say goodbye.